Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of The Tuck. I am your host, Wellington Gomez, and I'm here with my co-host.
What up, what up, what up? It's Edward underscore ENT, and we are back with another great episode of The Tug. So make sure to like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and stay notified with the 411 and the hottest here on The Tug.
Period. So All Stars 10, we recapped episode 1 last week on the podcast. We kind of skipped episode 2, and now we're back with episode 3.
Episode 3, baby. I mean, time flies, the week are coming on, and you already know All-Star season starts, summer starts, so time is just flying. It's moving fast. But let's get into episode 3. I'm pumped, because it was a good one.
It was definitely a good episode. We're coming back into the workroom after Bosco and Irene's lip sync, which Bosco won. So Bosco has 4 points and Irene has also 4 points.
You can't deny her X Factor on that stage. Like, when she brings out her secret Pokemons, it's over. Any bitch she lip syncs.
No, honestly, between the Bosco and Irene lip sync, Irene kind of surprised me. Her comedic relief within the lip sync was funny, and I think that that's really what got her that win because I feel like Rue was laughing a lot with Irene.
Wait, who won this one again?
Uh, but
You said
sorry,
Bosco won.
yeah, sorry.
Irene won the lip sync versus Bosco.
I
Okay. Well,
Bosco
yes.
Bosco won the lip sync from episode 2
That's what
against
she has.
Irene.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then.
yeah. I was
So wait,
talking.
what outfit
I'm
was
sorry.
Irene?
I'm sorry to the listeners. I was literally talking from. I was
The
literally
first.
talking from the lip sync from this episode. Anyways,
Okay, because Irene's outfit was the green one with the black hair versus Aja. Then the last episode she wore for that lip sync.
it was like the one where they had like the rock band. It was that episode. That's the lip
Okay.
sync she won.
Okay.
Um, I mean Bosco won that episode. Bosco won that lip sync.
There's just so
So
many competitions within the competitions. They win mini
right.
challenge.
So Bosco now has 4 points. Irene has 4 points. Now the other queens have to give away their MVQ points.
And it's just getting messy.
Aja gives hers to Olivia due to their alliance, right? However, Olivia gives her to Deja, pissing Aja off. She felt like, we have this Mimu alliance, and I thought that we had discussed that I was gonna give you my points and that you were gonna give me your points and that we were gonna do that until the end. And Aja has been keeping up to that agreement. She gave her point to Olivia twice. I mean the one time she could this time. What do you think? Like, is Aja justified in
Mhm.
her being upset with Olivia?
Absolutely. I mean, we've already obviously within the competition, but it was a snake move. You know what I mean? But it's like it's tough because all right, perspective on TV or on what we're seeing on the episode alone.
I mean, you tell me.
I mean, I can give you both. So I feel like on a TV aspect, it's like they only have so much time to do what they have to do. So Olivia was
Yeah,
giving us a TV stunt. But being that they're friends on a personal level, like I would feel kind of some slightly kind of way
right.
because of the fact that we already spoke about it, bitch. Let's have this alliance as both make it to the top, and being then because of your irrational decision or just like let's be for real. Olivia was trying to make sure that she can also have an opportunity and that it was either going to fall at the end of the day on Phoenix's hand. So
Yeah.
she was like, me and Phoenix been cool. So if I get this point for Phoenix, it's going to be me and whoever else on there. She was just giving herself another opportunity, but
She gave it to
I'm
Deja.
she did because then that way they were all tied. So it was like, ain't none of us in the lead, but one of us better take it.
Right, right.
Strategically, it was a good play. It was just against Aja, who I love. So
Yeah, strategically it was a good play. I will say that I agree. It was a strategic play. Olivia was trying to look out for everybody. I think that where she went wrong is that she didn't have a conversation with Aja about it. And if you have an alliance and you're going to do something that's going to like somehow bring you out of that alliance, I feel like the smart thing to do is to tell your alliance member, like, hey, today when we do MVQ points, I'm not going to give you the point because this is gonna be my play. So when I do it, like I just want you to know because I don't want no mess. Like if I was in a competition and I had alliances, that's how I would move. I don't know why the girls just be like, I get it, like the whole reality show of it all. But it would still be mess if you still did that, like
Yeah.
so I don't know why the girls just like don't be communicating. Like you could have told Aja that, and it makes sense. I mean, Aja would have said some funny shit on confessional, but it makes sense in the sense of like this would. I mean, we're skipping ahead a little bit, but the next day in the workroom, Aja clocked Olivia for being fake and not giving her the point. Olivia
Exactly.
says that they knew this would be difficult and that the black girls had an alliance, and Olivia gave her point to Deja because she wanted to make sure all the melanated girls made it to the end. And no shade, I shout out to Olivia for that.
I mean, shout out, yes, but it's like boo to both. Like the part of the secret alliance is you're not supposed to talk about the secret alliance in front of other people.
But Aja was the one that put it out.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like on a both end, it's
Yeah, I was
like
actually very
Olivia
surprised that
should have.
Aja walked into that workroom and said, yeah, so what are Mimu Alliance? And then let everybody know that one, there was a, and then Olivia opens up and says that the melanated girls had another alliance. So
The
it's like,
Melanation Station, baby. I said it. I was like, "Oh, y'all both should have just piped down," because that's what I'm saying. On a strategic level, it was good gameplay if it was Team A versus Team B. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it's like the fact that y'all are cool with one another. It's like Olivia's move was shady because she was just trying to make sure she secured her spot. Like, well, bitch, like I'm gonna make sure you're not gonna leave me out of this one. And I was just like, girl, like run me them points because I need
right,
to make it to this next fucking tournament.
right,
And Olivia's like, Deja, like I think we might have a chance, so let's like still pull up. So when she brings it up the next day, yeah, I feel like it was like wrong place, wrong time. Good TV, sure. But I feel like had they had like one or two more episodes, oh, we'll absolutely see like face crack, because
right. Well,
it's
this
different
week's
how you're
challenge,
perceiving shit.
it is different. It is different for sure. It is different for sure. Well, Rue walks into the workroom, and this week's challenge, the queens are joined by college women's basketball players that they have to put into drag and perform a song and lyrics together. This is a drag family challenge. Do you like the drag family challenges? I
I
like them.
do. I do a lot because I feel like it gives the opportunity for obviously, people who don't maybe watch everyday drag, or let's say if you have Becky and Becky loves drag, but you fuck with Becky and you don't know drag, you're gonna watch the show that day and it's gonna allow you to, walk you in. I feel like it would always be dope to like, oh no, like I can't wait for Dominican Drag Race when they do Drag Race DR and it's just like Dominican parents on the show.
Oh,
But
that
I
would be
love the family makeovers.
that would be really cute. No, I like the family makeovers. One, I like the challenge, like the whole like putting me into your family of drag, and the look that you're going to showcase is kind of like a twin look that kind of has to have some resemblance, because when you do this challenge the right way, it is really beautiful. Like I love when some of the girls like from past seasons, there's been some queens that have really been able to come up with like an original garment and then come up with a second one that is still in that theme but looks completely different. And I think that
Information.
that's really the key to um that's the key to winning this challenge. You need to come out with something that's original but that's different, but that's the same at the same time. Like it needs to be in the same theme but it needs to be different. And yeah, well,
No, and I like to like I feel like they're beyond it too because it's like they got firefighters, they got basketball players, they got athletes,
yeah, they've been
performers. So
really
it's like
diverse.
they're allowing to see like everyone at the end of the day, you're born naked, the rest is drag. Your drag could be you're a fireman, your drag could be your police officer, your drag could be your lawyer. Our drag is, we're drag queens. So I'm glad they have that moment. Before this competition, they split off and being, at the fact that they had the opportunity to do a little mini challenge where they are dunking balls, seeing who makes the most points. Irene takes it away with a W and gets to hands off a basketball player to one of the queens, which we ends up getting a pretty fair, breakdown. She gave it based off of looks, based off of heights, based off what queens were going to be able to do with the canvas that they had at the moment,
Right.
which is a true queen. It's like for TV and drama, ooh, but she already had enough of that on her season. She was like,
Mhm.
evil villain. She ain't like that role. So she moved forward, and I think that was sweet of her. What do you think?
Yeah, that was sweet of her. I mean, I would have been messy, but whatever. You know, like whatever. I'm nervous for Phoenix. Like I'm looking at her, and even she, I feel like even she herself feels a little nervous too. Like I feel like Phoenix is looking around and she's like, "Oh Lord, like we're getting to that point where like, bitch, I only got 1 point. These
Baby,
bitches are all in an alliance, fucking 3-way, 4-way alliance, and then
listen,
you
Phoenix.
and
When Phoenix found out about that alliance, she said there was alliances this entire time.
she literally was gagged. She was like, "Wait." Ah.
Like she didn't know these bitches was playing the game.
And it's just like Miss Thing. They didn't have alliances back in season -13.
She didn't watch. You should have watched at least a few All Stars.
But
At
my
least
whole
like,
thing, girl, like you did not think of like talking to any of the girls, like girl, like
well, she was in the moment. She's like, damn, I fuck with these young bitches. I'm cool with them, and they're like, she's like, okay, no points. Maybe next week they'll get me. Ooh, yeah, crazy.
can never fuck with
Next
the
week,
young niggas.
third week,
No,
she's like, Man Nation Station, enough. I want some points.
she's like, bitch, I'm a black woman. I'm from Atlanta, bitch. I employ all of y'all hoes.
She do be in Atlanta.
She's a manager at a club.
I
Clock
wanna,
it.
I wanna know which club because she didn't say it.
I don't, cause I won't be there. But
You want support?
I
You're,
don't.
you're like, I'm in Atlanta, but just not in the club.
Like I don't care to be at a club where Phoenix is the manager. No shade.
Oh, okay, work.
Like I don't think that Phoenix. No, it's okay. It's okay. What was I gonna say? Damn, I had something to say and I forgot it. Oh, I was gonna say to the old girls, the old Rue girls that are listening to the podcast because I know you do. Um, when you come back on Drag Race and you're from like those old seasons before VH1 type shit, when you're from a logo season, honey, you need to come on here and make friends. People don't know you. Like, yes, these girls watch TV and these new girls like are all fans of the show and have been fans of the show for a very long time, so they look at you as drag royalty, but they don't really know you for real. They know the
The
more
one
recent
scene.
girls, because the more recent girls have the more fame. So you have to understand that when it comes to voting and when it comes to things like that, if I am one of the new girls and I have to vote between Phoenix and Aja, I'm gonna vote Aja because Aja is that girl. Aja, I know. Aja be out here. You know what I'm saying? She is a staple in her community. She is like a celebrity. Phoenix, no shade. I'm just meeting Phoenix. We're not even. This is not a reintroduction to Phoenix. This is meeting Phoenix for the
And All
first
Stars.
time. For the first time, honey. For the first time.
Okay.
And she is she is in a better state than she was in her original season, but I think that she should have made more friends and she should have been more strategic and be more in cahoots with the other girls because you really need to make bitches like you, for real, for real.
At least in this tournament style of All Star for sure. But they get into the challenge, and I mean, two of the girls are sisters. Two of the basketball players are sisters.
Yeah.
And then mm, in the process, we see one of the sisters is kind of like hearing Irene's idea, and she's not that she's not fucking with it, but she's like, I gotta see this through. If you were to be brought onto Drag Race
Mhm.
and do a sister makeover, would you want the queen to be artistic and like put you in their style of drag, or do you want to be like cunty cunty like ka 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 ka?
I feel like I would want the queen to listen to what I want to do and then go about it that way. Because this is my one time that I get to be on Drag Race, bitch. Don't put me in some shit that I'm not gonna like. Put me in some shit that I'm gonna fuck with. So,
But she's like, I
ask
want to win. You have to wear this.
if the drag queen gives me a good brief, then I would be inclined to being like, okay, I'm down to do something silly, I guess, that I may not be down with, but you think would because how many times have we been watching Drag Race and one of the quirky queens does something hilarious that's not necessarily fashion or cunt, but she ends up winning because she made people laugh?
Agreed.
What would you do? Would you just go with the queens with the queen's guidance, or would you like
I think
you?
I'd take the queen's guidance, but I'm definitely like running out with 2 wigs, at least one pair of heels, and like my drag name, and I'm dead ass your daughter. Like, what are you fucking talking about, bitch? I'm at all your gigs. Yeah. Uh, Ideally, I would want something cunty. Like, I want like big hair, a dope face. It's just the beard. The beard is a blessing, but it's just like, oh my goodness, I wish it was just a lace front. Slap that bitch right back on and on.
No, but for real. Okay, so looking at the challenge, who do you think is gonna struggle? Like, preliminary, pre-
Prematurely.
preliminarily, my vote is on Phoenix, and I don't think the audience
My vote was on Olivia, low key, because they gave her like the whole spiel about how she, I think, won on her season, was it? Or she lost on her season. So I was like, Olivia's either gonna lose or do really good on this challenge. I was
right.
kind of hoping for her to lose.
And I was
I was
very
getting my lick back for
surprised.
Aja.
I was very surprised though because I feel like also Olivia is at a point where she's like I'm not really fucking with it right now. Olivia is that girl that Olivia needs positive reinforcement in order for her to feel good in a competition. She's
True,
not
that's
that
real.
girl. She's not that girl that can hype herself up. She's the girl that needs to win a challenge, get some praise for the judges, for that to fuel her to the next one, and for that to fuel her to the next one. So I think that Olivia not being top two already, like these last 2 episodes, and not hearing from the judges is starting to make her feel a little insecure in the competition and where she feels, especially going into this episode, because I think something that we didn't realize when we were thinking about this new format is that when you get to the third episode, bitch, if you don't got 3 points, it's a wrap for you. For real. So when you get to the third episode, it's like, bitch, I gotta pull out all the stops because if I don't collect some points in in this fucking taping, it's a wrap for me.
That's what I was like. I thought
Did you
this was
peep how?
gonna look. I thought this was gonna be Phoenix's episode. Like at least score 2 more on there.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get. I thought the competition was gonna go Olympic and Phoenix was gonna fucking win the challenge and it was gonna fucking fuck everything. Like I used to like when I used to gag.
Well, we were you gagged by any outfits? Any of the twin looks?
Well, I was gonna ask you like from the twin looks, which one was your favorite?
Let me go down the line in my head. So Olivia, she did the little like musician. Aja
Yeah,
did
she
fairy.
did like the 80s, It's so crazy. I'm sorry, but you
Phoenix did
for
her intro look. That was kind of like I see the concept, the execution was still good. It just wasn't like to her that was the equivalent of what's Shorty's face? The plastique tiara. Like in
mhm.
her mind, in her world, she was giving that. But it was just like this is your last moment on this stage as of now. I liked it. It was good. I just wanted more. I liked the nod to the first episode, her first season, whatever.
Oh yeah, with Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix did. I think Phoenix did good.
Deja, I don't recall. Who's the other queen? I think
Deja
Irene.
Deja was wearing she was wearing this.
Oh, I did not like Bosco's.
This was Deja.
I mean,
I think I agreed with their critique that
they were from two different
Deja
decades.
didn't really necessarily look that Deja didn't really actually look at your Instagram. I just emailed them to you. I mean, I just DM'd them to you. Um
The only one
De-
I can remember right now is Irene, but I know I liked it.
no, but listen, Deja, I did not think that Deja understood the assignment. Like she looked great. I thought she looked good. I thought that look that they were both wearing would have been great looks for Deja to use on the show. But I don't think like no shade, Miss Diva. Where is the family resemblance?
Exactly. It gave
Like if
like
you're when you're gonna do 2 different colors in a family resemblance challenge, you have to make sure that
the
the
mug.
outfits are exactly the same and that the mug match.
Well, not exactly the same because I feel like with them it just looks more like
But
they
baby, two
dressed for the
different
same.
colors.
Well, you could they've done 2 different colors. And
I know, but what I'm saying is like if you're gonna do two different colors, right, on a challenge that's supposed to be resemblance, and you're already going two different colors, meaning no resemblance from the get,
the mug
then
needs
you
to look like.
the mug what?
I feel like the mug needs to be the resemblance part then.
No, I feel like the outfits need to be the same. They could be different colors, but they need to be similar outfits.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you're already stepping away from the resemblance of the color, then you need to keep some part of the garment because the challenge is not mug, the challenge is outfit. It's runway.
No family resemblance, which is like Olivia. Her outfits were different color, but they were the
But
same
they were
sequence
but they,
dress. But it looked.
like they looked like cousins, you know, and also they both were wearing headphones that were connected to each other, so it gave like sisters, and then their afros were all tilted to the different sides, so when they came together it was kind of like a puzzle, you know, like Olivia thought about that. She said we're not gonna wear the same colors, so we're gonna have to put the symmetry together elsewhere.
There we go. That's the
Deja
word. They had the symmetry.
Deja did not do that. It was a complete like when you put a mirror in front of Deja, that's not what you see on the other
They were
side.
at the same event, but they were not related.
There were two drag queens that were contracted for the same brunch. That's where they were. Okay, so what do you think about Irene? Irene, I'm sorry, this was a wet. Like I was so wet. This black and white and black look, very much Lord Farquaad cunt to the
She's matured
3000s.
her look so good, elevated her look so good rather than mature.
Oh
Like,
my god.
because
Like
it's
she's
still
got
in her wheelhouse of like quirky weirdo, but
yeah.
it has that Gottmik high end
But you know
fast into
what?
it.
It's like we only saw one look from Irene. And we didn't get to see any of her looks from season 15. I mean, we got to see Watcha Packin, and her Watcha Packin was amazing. I remember watching her Watcha Packin and thinking, "Oh, she has some good looks that she was going to show us." So, I can even judge Irene and say her looks have elevated because maybe this is just how she's always been. She's always been that bitch. We just never got to see it cuz she was the pork chop.
Well, shout out Irene. It was a wet on that one. We're
That was
doing runway, right?
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
definitely
Okay.
wet.
We skip
Okay, so
Deja. Oh,
you want to do Deja again? I
mm,
already said regret.
well, she did like that little like it was like not a schoolgirl outfit, but it looked very like
I showed you.
no, but that was not her. It is. It is.
It
I'm sorry.
is.
They did the runway with their twin, and then they did the metal
Yeah,
number last
and
week. Okay, okay.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought they
yeah.
did their own separate
But
runway.
they performed in the same outfits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you they did. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you they did.
Okay. I'm like, sure.
Yeah, so Deja was a chop. Was she a chop? Like I'm asking for your opinion.
It's a regret. It's just like it. Although we already said it, they had the same function. Two different queens just booked at the same show, and then we got Irene. That's a wet.
What about Bosco? Bosco was
Oscar
also
was a
wearing two
wet.
different colors, but it was family resemblance.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like it just has that those similarities. Like you don't have to wear the same exact thing, but you go wear fur. But it's like if you're wearing fur and you're wearing leather, bitch, this shit is you got to make it work. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But Bosco did that. I don't think I. Well, we're gonna get there, but it was a wet. It wasn't nothing of the like extraordinary. I feel like I keep forgetting this is not the final episode of the season. It's just the final episode of this tournament. So although we want
Yeah.
more, it's still just episode 3 in their mind.
Right. 100%. What do you think about Aja and her fairy looks?
Although I am an Aja apologist, I would agree with Michelle where like let's be real. If that was on Phoenix, you would not love it.
But no shade, I don't know what it is. It didn't give costume to me.
It
Like I
didn't
don't
that
know
the
like I
wings
don't know
did.
if like I don't know if it like if it's the way you wear a garment, like it didn't when they came out on the runway, like it didn't give costume. And I know that that's what Michelle said, that it gave a little costumey. And I thought it was so funny when Aja was like, "Well, drag is a costume,
She
and if
gagged.
if you're happy and I'm happy, then we're happy."
So you love it? Yay! I mean,
That was
yeah. I didn't. It's like at the end,
no, but
I
You know,
love
we
all
gotta be
kind of
fair. We
drag.
gotta be
I'll
fair.
take
We
it,
gotta
but
be
we'll be
fair.
fair. On that sense, it was low key a chop,
It was a
but
regret. It was a regret. This was plain and safe because when you think about it,
exactly plain and safe.
there's no construction. This is just a dress, and the wigs are, you know, this is just kind of like, there's not really much to go into this. It's just put on this dress, put on these boots, and put on this wig. You know what I'm
And
saying?
they
Like
can't
it's
say Michelle. Yeah, they can't say Michelle was like being mean or nothing because the week before she was like, that's just how Asha does drag. So this week she got to be a little bit, like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
like I love it, but just the wings. And she said just the wings are bringing me a little more costumey. Maybe it could have just been a different material on the wings.
yeah. And I also feel like, no shade, it could have been fitted a little bit better on the body. Like the dress did give a little like I feel like the tailoring on the dress could have been better. Okay, well, moving forward, I mean, we briefly talked about Olivia, but I mean, for me, I'm gonna give it a wet. I'm gonna
It's
give it
a
a
wet
wet.
within what they're being compared to.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna give it a wet, but I do think, Olivia, you should have done more because there was a lot on the line and you haven't won not nan episode. So you should have legitimately pulled out all the stops for this runway. So you giving this is kind of like what gives me as a viewer the vibe that you're giving up. No shade. Phoenix. I liked Phoenix.
That was
I,
her twin look from her entrance.
yeah, like I like the fact that it was, she did her little reinvention of her entrance from her original season. However, she did update it. Both looks were updated from the original. So she was wearing a pantsuit and then her twin was wearing kind of like a skirt moment. They look kind. I like it. I can't falter.
Yeah, in the sense of that, it's a wet comparing her to herself. But like as I said before, I don't think it was like the ultra gag. You know what I mean? Like she was giving me Alyssa Edwards in the confessional, like, "Ooh, I can't, oh, I can't," and she was like, "I'm redoing my look." It was cute. It was elevator. It's a wet for now, but we get the results.
No, but I'm just saying, like, looking back at this, like, I'm literally, as you were saying, I'm like scrolling through and just looking at them, and I'm like, no shade.
Phoenix deserves to be at the top.
Irene, there is no doubt that Irene is fucking sweeping this competition. Like, just look at the runway material that y'all are providing, and just literally look at the slideshow that the RuPaul's Drag Race page posted, and just scroll and just look at the difference and think to yourself,
I'm excited. Oh, I'm so excited because it's
should have done
like
better. Should have done better.
we're
Okay,
about to get a
so
whole new batch of queens.
right. Well, before we get those new batches of queens, on the top this week is Irene and Bosco. Were you surprised, or were you expecting that? I was excited.
Yes and no. No, because I'm like, okay.
Who else
So
did you think
last
was
week,
gonna be there?
so last week Irene had 4 points. But the week prior to that, when the first episode when Irene beat Bosco, I believe. No,
Mm-hmm.
right?
No, 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 no.
It-
Irene hasn't won a lip sync.
At some point, Bosco lost something versus someone, and I was just like, oh,
The first
pro-
week.
production has bigger plans for her because she was just way too like she was in her zone. So at some point, I was like, okay, if Irene's in the top, guaranteed, we need to figure out it's between Aja or Bosco. And then Bosco got brought on. So I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't know there was a third person coming on.
Yeah.
So I was happy that it was Aja. Am I blabbing?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, I mean, you could have let me finish my notes, but.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just in the zone. 32:59. Edit that.
um. Irene wins the lip sync, making her the front runner from this bracket moving forward to the semifinals. Bosco is also moving forward to the semifinals. Now the other four queens have to give their point away on stage. The last two episodes they've been doing it in the back in the workroom after deliberations.
Hmm.
This time they're gonna have to do it in front of the judges, and they're gonna have to do it on stage. So at this point, Irene is at the top. Bosco is already in the semifinals as well. So there's one space left um for a queen to join, and it's between Deja, Aja, Olivia Lux, and Phoenix. So the voting starts, and Aja gives her vote to Deja, which I found to be really funny because she was mad that Olivia gave hers to Deja at the beginning. So then Aja said, "Bitch, I'm not giving you no shit no more. Fuck Mimu. I'm giving this shit to Deja."
And
She
that
sh-
she's good.
she should have really gagged alive and gave it to Phoenix or Bosco.
She should have gave it to Phoenix, but she knew that she had to give it to Deja. That would have been
Just
gagging, just for the drama.
no, if she would have given it to Phoenix, that would have been a gag because then Melanation Station would have been done.
They're like, fuck this shit, and they all give it to Phoenix.
Imagine if Phoenix becomes the front runner.
My goodness.
Well, Deja gives her point to Olivia. Were you surprised by that?
Yes, because I'm like, girl.
I wasn't surprised because Olivia just gave her point to Deja at the beginning of the
Okay,
episode.
but it's like they keep only giving points to one another. Like, I'm pretty sure we go back, Olivia and Deja only kept giving points to one another.
Once
Take the
Deja,
ground, bitch!
once Deja gave her point to Olivia, I said Phoenix is mad as fuck.
I would be fuming, bitch. I'm like, cut the camera.
Phoenix is on the end like this, just like these bitches, yo. Like I really hate these bitches. Like I'm really here, like, and you know what's annoying? Like when you're in Phoenix's, like, you know that one Drag Race girl that is like, you know, you're getting eliminated when the episode starts. So like the whole time you're just like, why am I even here, bro? Like they're about to eliminate me today. Like it's just a matter of time for you to wait. I feel like Phoenix was just after they started giving votes away. Phoenix was just like, all right, can y'all wrap this shit up? Like, can I go back to my
My
hotel?
fucking feet hurt.
Like, I'm pissed.
Feet sore.
Um, Olivia gives her point to Aja, surprisingly. And in confessional, she says, when it comes to giving my point away, I'm thinking about who I want to see at the finale, who I want to see move forward, who I believe deserves it. And she gave it to Aja, which put Aja, broke the tie, and put Aja ahead of them, bringing her into the top 3 and sending her off to the semifinals. So from bracket 1, we have Irene, Bosco, and Aja at the semifinals.
I
Is that
mean,
from this bracket, like, do you think those are the strongest contenders for like the semifinals?
I do think so. I'm excited because I feel like it brings a little bit of everything. We have Aja who brings like
Performance.
performance and kind, and then you have Irene who gives you kind of like
Camp.
creativity, and yeah, she pushes the boundaries with what she does. And then lastly, you have Bosco who is kind of like we didn't even get to see Bosco evolve in our eyes. Bosco kind of just like it's like we blinked. Like she was here, she was them, and then she's her, and she's just like Bosco, honestly, her drag is very effortless in all the best ways. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying that I would personally like buy shit from her or like give a fuck. Like, oh my god, I love Bosco, but it's like her drag is fucking good.
No, she's her drag is great. I
I
think
love
that
a a hood banshee bitch. Like that's the
yeah.
kind of drag I love. But her drag is like so ethereal, so angelic. It's tea.
Yeah, it is T.
I do think this top 3 for this bracket is coming in with something strong for the rest of the bitches that they gotta compete with.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see Mistress though. I'm excited to see Mistress. I'm excited to see Georges. Um,
Nicole
who
Paige
else?
Brooks. Nicole Paige Brooks.
Nicole Page Brooks. Let me see who. Let me see
Georges.
who else is from this new bracket that we're about to get into.
Georges, Carrie Colby.
Carrie Colby, Lydia Butthole, and what's her name? I forgot her name. She was from Candy Season. That she always
Alyssa
wear.
Burner. Tina Burner.
Tina Burner. Tina Burner. Tina Burner.
And Alyssa Hunter.
Alyssa Hunter. Alyssa Hunter's not there.
Yes, she is.
Alyssa Hunter is not in that bracket. Alyssa Hunter is on the
In
other
the next.
bracket.
Okay.
In the third bracket, yeah. Um, that third bracket is about to be a key. Ooh.
Who's on there?
Alyssa Hunter, Ginger Minch, is that Daja Betty?
Yeah.
And who's that other queen? Who is that? I hate that they don't tag these bitches. Like, fuck.
What she look like?
She's wearing so much costume that I can't even tell. Like it's you. Like I would be able to tell if I could see what her face looked like, but she's wearing like her. It's a costume, so you can barely see her. Hold on, I'm waiting for her name to pop up. Let's go. Oh, Acid Betty is. Acid Betty lost weight. That's why I couldn't recognize her. Okay, let me find out Acid Betty on that. Oh, Acid Betty, Daja Bet, Acid Betty, Daja. Is it Daja Betty too?
Yeah, diabetes.
Are they all Bettys? This too much. Um, the pink. What's that girl? The Nolly. The I the
Denali.
Ice Skating Pizza
I don't think she
Queen.
goes too far. I haven't seen her do too much promo, or maybe I haven't been on Instagram.
Yeah. And
I do
Cynthia Lee
love her.
Fontaine.
Cynthia Lee, my cuckoos.
I'm just happy to see Cynthia back on Drag Race. Honestly,
Me too.
like I'm just okay. Cynthia, period, Miss Honey. Let me,
This
like
is
I'm not.
gonna be. I'm so excited. Like I need all these hoes in the same room because it's just like I'm thinking about Mistress and Daya and then Untucked together. But you see, this is the fun thing about All Stars. It's like these hoes are so seasoned that the Untuck is not giving like new Untuck where bitches beef with one another for real, for real.
Yeah.
But these hoes know how to make TV.
No, for real, for real, for real. No, I'm excited to see Cynthia Lee Fontaine. Cynthia Lee Fontaine was actually the first Drag Race queen that we ever talked to on the Tuck here on the podcast. So shout out to Cynthia because she gave us an interview day one. She came on to recap Drag Race with us. You remember that?
I do indeed. I remember I was mad nervous. Um, I'm so excited to see her on the TV, and because of that, the Tuck is gonna be donating $500,000 to her charity of choice.
Yo, you get on my nerves.
Oh. No, but
Well,
I'm excited. I just feel like Pride is coming. Make sure to catch us at World's Pride this
but
upcoming
yeah, we're gonna be
week.
at World Pride DC. Any faggots going to World Pride DC? Make sure to catch
Yeah,
us there. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be hitting the streets with some street interviews that you guys can catch on our YouTube channel. So yeah, World Pride DC. I'm excited. Every time World Pride comes to the US, it's like a must. So the last World Pride was in NYC and that was a cackle. So I'm excited for DC. Look out for us there. If you see us recording or filming anything, just come join us. Come talk to us. Come cackle. You can be in the tuck too. Um, that has been the tea.
no, you decide the shade. Come back next week, baby.
Come back next week. Make sure you are subscribed to our podcast and our channel at the Talk Podcast, and also follow us on all social media, all platforms. We are at the Talk Podcast. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. We love you guys. Leave a 5-star review because that's how you can really help our channel and our podcast grow and get exposed and shared to other people. So please, please, please leave us a review. It will really, really mean the world to us. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bow, bow, bow.